Welcome everyone back to Bomber and Griffin. Today we're talking about Taxi Driver. First maybe we should clear up the fact that we've been gone for how many months?
20 minutes, I
Yeah,
think it
20
was.
minutes. 20 minutes sounds pretty close actually. Um,
Yeah.
the film came out. How long did you say? 44 years ago.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it already,
You should clarify what film you're talking about.
Taxi Driver. If you haven't seen it already, we both implore you to go out and watch it. It's
It's
um
a pretty good film.
it's worth seeing before we talk about it and ruin it all.
Yeah.
However, if you just do not care enough to watch it yourself and want us to explain it for you and talk about it, that's what we're
Then
about
we
to
don't
do.
care about you and you should leave anyway.
You know, I don't think you're going to be very helpful in trying to sustain and grow this channel. Just tell everyone to go away. You have to think narrow-minded like us, and that's it.
Yes.
Um, so where should we begin with Taxi Driver?
Um,
Where did you first see it?
I saw it at my house.
Nice, good
It
story.
was, I mean, did you expect me to say it I saw it at the cinemas or something?
No, just
Oh.
how you came about going. I wonder what Taxi Driver is. I'm gonna throw that in.
Um, yeah, no, I was just, hanging out. I heard it was a pretty good film, so I watched it. And I thought, hey, that was a pretty good film.
This is a terrible story. It's just, hey, movie looked alright. Watched it. It was good. Done.
Yeah, I
Nice
mean,
story. So,
was it any more exciting when you ended up watching it?
uh, no, no, it wasn't.
This is a brilliant start.
This is brilliant. So I think if we're to explain Taxi Driver at its core to someone, it's kind of about loneliness and New York in the 70s.
Yes.
um, I love it because the film, or the direction that they go with, is they just stick to Travis, who is our main protagonist. Like, they just stick to him like glue. We only ever, like, the camera only ever abandons his point of view twice, and that's once during the scene between Betsy and Tom in the campaign office near the
Well,
beginning.
don't, if you're gonna get into spoilers,
I thought we cleared
like,
that up.
talking about scenes.
Go watch it
Oh,
if you
okay.
haven't seen it. Fucking
Yeah, alright. I thought we were gonna do a non-spoiler discussion first, but I honestly don't even know how we could, so.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, we're
alright.
better off. We're just gonna talk full spoilers.
Yeah, alright. Awesome, 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 awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome pass.
because the movie came out 44 years ago, and if you haven't seen it
Yeah.
already, go watch it and then come back. All right.
Alright. Alright, okay.
Where
We're on
was
the
I?
same page.
Uh,
You're talking about scenes where the camera leaves Travis's perspective.
yeah. It only does it twice, so we're almost forced into Travis's perspective of things. But it only leaves him
Yeah.
once at the beginning, where Betsy and Tom are in the campaign office, and again during the scene between Iris and Sport near the end. Sorry, we had an interruption. Well, yeah, we only ever because the camera only ever abandons him twice. You with him so much that you have to empathize with him to some extent. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you know, it's hard to sympathize with
Well,
someone. I don't know.
Even if you don't empathize with him, you're forced to see things from his perspective anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's evident with when he goes to hang out with the other cabbies and stuff, instead of just enjoying like the conversation that's happening, we're focused in on like the tablet that's dropped into his drink, and because it's fizzing up,
yeah,
because
because
that's where
that's what
Travis
he's
is.
focusing
Yeah,
on. He doesn't really care about what they're talking about.
yeah, Scorsese's almost like obligating everyone, you have to stick with him. And
Yeah.
I like it because Scorsese lets us see through his eyes the whole time, but we never gain a thorough understanding of who Travis really is. And I think that's really
Yeah.
smart. And
Um, yeah, we know very little about like what Travis did before the film started, and
mm,
what he does in scenes that, like, what he does in between the scenes that we actually see. But it's probably just taxi driving because he does that a lot, hence the name of the film.
yeah,
Um,
I love I put a little bit of I have put in a bit of research before checking where a lot
yes,
of
he was a Vietnam veteran, and that's pretty much all we know about his past.
mm, you know, that's where like we never truly understand who he is as a person prior to that and what's
Yeah.
kind of made him the way he is. Um, I suppose all you could dumb that down to is time in war. Um, although it remains unknown. But I put in a bit of work into finding out what the whole God's lonely man thing that he was talking about really was. And Travis in the film views himself as God's lonely man. Yet the point of God's lonely man was it was an essay by Thomas Wolfe, from which Schrader took the phrase, the writer, and it's that loneliness is a trait that all men possess, even if each man believes his feelings are original and unique. Travis's loneliness, combined with his charisma, makes him really fascinating to me because Travis's racism and violent actions are not always endearing, but we can sympathize with his loneliness and with his early attempts to integrate with society.
Yeah. That all makes sense. Is this like an actual essay someone's written about the film?
No, no, it was an essay written prior to the film. Like the screenwriters or whatever basically found the essay and were like,
Uh,
"Oh yeah, I like that. I'm gonna steal the whole God's lonely man concept and put it in my film." But it's the way it's implemented. I think is quite clever.
yeah, it is quite a poignant scene.
Because I think this movie is just clever all over the shop, from like its editing, score,
Yeah. Oh, the
certain
score's
scenes.
brilliant.
Yeah, we can talk about that now. So there's
Yeah.
like two main themes. You've got one which is like the smooth saxophone. It's very beautiful. And then you've got the other
Yes.
one which
You
is
better get
like
used to it because it plays pretty much all the time.
I know it sounds great though. And
Yeah.
you got that smooth score and then you've got the clashing of like the snares and the what's that other instrument? It's like a harp almost that's also being played. Like it's just for tense scenes, like it starts to
Yeah.
build. And I love that at the ending of the film that these two themes clash with one another in the climax of the film, um, which it's originally like dominated by like the trumpets playing in like over the harp or whatever, and it's like evoking an atmosphere of like surreality
Yeah.
and like around a devastated scene. Um, yeah, I just think it's really cool how like they both come together towards the end of the film, and they
Yeah, no,
just
it's pretty neat.
mm. Um, so I've got one here. Uh, this one I've taken straight from Scorsese because I thought this scene was so interesting and I didn't fully understand it the first time I saw it, but he's explained it here. But Scorsese has said that he believes that the most important scene in Taxi Driver is the one showing Travis on the payphone in the hallway trying to speak to Betsy. As this one-sided conversation takes place, the camera moves from Travis to a shot of an empty hallway around the corner. No people or motion fill the shot, and the hallway has no visual elements to attract the eye. This camera move prevents us from looking at Travis in his shame at losing Betsy, and the fact that neither participant in the phone conversation is visible conveys the fact that no real communication is taking place. The hallway suggests the path in the film will take from this point on. Soon after this conversation, Travis changes from any lonely man to God's lonely man, on a path toward what he views as his destiny, a path as straight and narrow as the hallway. That is brilliant.
Yeah, it is pretty funny because, like, when Betsy and Travis first hang out, doesn't go that badly. She seems pretty happy.
Yeah, but that's when Travis's charisma is really full on, and you want him to win.
Yeah.
You're rooting for him to get with Betsy.
Well, I mean, she's interested enough to go out with him the second time, but it is the second time that makes her think, this lad might be a bit odd.
Yeah.
Because he takes her to a pornography theater.
Yeah, it's casual.
Which
all the time.
He goes to a few times throughout the film. I think there are 3 times he goes to it.
I'm not sure. I think, see, even though, like, the film drops us into Travis at the start, that being his most stable grip on the world, even then he's still drinking, popping pills, and every morning he's spending his mornings in a porno theater. So he's not entirely there to begin with. It's just that...
and he also flirts with the receptionist, who is absolutely not having it.
God, you make me lose my train of thought. Fuck, I have no idea where I was. What was I talking about?
You were just talking about the hallway scene, and then
I was talking about he's it's like the film's all about destiny. Like, he thinks he's got, like, he can make his life better by, going and getting a job and then getting a girlfriend and stuff. And when that stuff doesn't go his way, it's almost like he feels like his life is predetermined by, like, God to, this is what he has to do, and that he doesn't have a choice in what he's doing. Did you get a feel for that at all, or is that just...
Yeah, I think the irony is that, he's about to kill Palantine and then chooses not to.
I think what that does is that shows that, like, the contradictions in his theory that God's making him do this, and that he can change his destiny, and then chooses to do that with the climax of the film.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it's to do with it.
The people he does end up choosing to shoot definitely deserve it more than some random senator who basically represents the good in society. Because
I love
he seems
that.
Like a pretty good guy, a stand-up dude.
I absolutely love that twist in the film, because everything, and even when you described the film to me briefly before I seen it, everything was all leading up to the assassination of a political figure, and it was going there. And it stopped suddenly, and it changed and went in a different direction. It took me by surprise, and I'm really glad it did, because it very easily could have just done the whole political assassination thing. And even though I don't feel like I've seen that a bunch of times,
that would be a pretty downer ending, to be honest. It's just like Travis shoots him, and then Travis definitely gets shot or arrested, and then Iris is still a child prostitute, and everyone's miserable.
No, I'm glad it had a different ending.
So the ending where pretty much everyone gets off all right, except for the people who were having a child prostitute. They all died, but that's no problem.
I appreciate pretty much everything about this film, even the editing, because that reveals he's very disjointed state. There's one where as Travis turns towards the camera, his voiceover reads like a section from his diary. Listen, you fuckers, you screwheads.
I love that scene, and then he repeats himself.
Yeah, the scene. Then suddenly,
differently.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I was going to. The scene suddenly stops and repeats itself, and the cut is so abrupt that it almost seems like a mistake. And I kind of was like, "What the fuck?" the first time. And
Yeah,
the shots are close enough together that we could tell that the two takes are not different, and that the same shot is shown twice in a row. But Travis
yeah.
repeats himself obsessively in the "you talking to me" speech, and here in here in the
The one that
film,
is so famous.
yes, it is. It is famous, and here in the film itself, like it adopts that same method. It just loops it, and I
Yes.
think it's all just in an effort to kind of have his descent into being a crazy man. um, I love this film. I think the only thing I'm not entirely on board with would be the very end of the film. I don't know if I like the fact that all this, all the events we've seen have taken place, and that he's kind of gotten out of this scot free, and he's just happy now, and everything
Yeah.
works because that's not how
Um,
life works.
I mean, it's I believe Martin Scorsese said that the ending is supposed to be a commentary on how like killers are idolized by society.
Oh, that makes me look
Um,
at it in a different light.
yeah, but then you also have to think about the fact that his original plan being to kill Palantine would have had pretty much the same people, like completely um uh hating him. So it's not the fact that he killed anyone that they're supporting him for, it's the fact that he killed those people that
Yes, you've
everyone's celebrating him for.
changed my mind.
It's like, yeah, celebrate killing the pedophiles. Um
I can't deny that. Um, uh, should we talk about the "you talking to me" scene? I mean, that's kind of gone down history.
yes.
That's what a lot of people just know this movie for, is that
Yes.
it gave
I
us the
believe
scene. You talking to me? Um,
that is referenced in a lot of things.
it is. How many? I can't.
Ah, I watched the like first film that I remembered seeing it referenced in like only a couple months ago, but I can't remember what film it was anymore.
I was just gonna
Um,
say it's been referenced a billion times, and I can't think of a
yeah,
single
you cut out,
example. Oh, did I?
bro. You know, you vibing?
Yeah. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
okay. Your voice just cut out for a sec.
Oh,
You're back. It's all good.
alright. I was just saying that I think like there's a billion times it's been referenced, but I
Oh yeah.
cannot think of one example. I don't have one. Not one comes to
Yeah.
mind.
It's just like I think it might have been referenced in the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, but I think I might be thinking of a different movie.
I don't remember Alvin
But I
holding
wouldn't
up
be
a.
surprised if it was in the Alvin and Chipmunks movie.
I like to imagine Alvin holding up a pistol. Talking to me? He's planning on killing what's his name?
Fucking John or no, that's
Nah,
Garfield's
fuck it,
his
he'll
name.
kill Theodore. Talking to me? Theodore's become a political figure after leaving
Yeah.
the group.
That makes sense. I can see Theodore doing that as a character.
um, oh fuck. Oh god, I don't even know what to say. um, what? I had something in mind. I fucking forgot.
I mean, yeah. So the scene when he says "you talking to me" and stuff, like he's just practicing a speech to like build his confidence after he gets the guns,
Yeah.
and he never uses it.
No, he
just
doesn't. Um,
I guess that would That would kind of break the pacing of the final of like the second to last scene, though.
Yeah, yeah, he just starts saying, "You talking to me? You talking to me?"
They're like, no.
I don't think I could have taken it seriously then.
Yeah, no, you could not have taken that scene as serious.
But
Yeah. And for all his practice, he does not get out of that fight very cleanly. He gets
No.
hit a few times.
um, but I guess with the whole "you talking to me" scene, why it was popular was because it's like everybody in their own quiet moments does things like that, where
Yeah.
they're either talking to themselves about something, or they look in the mirror and whatever. That's
Yes.
why it was the first scene to ever try something like that, and that's why it was very captivating, I suppose. And hence it's being parodied a billion times with no reference other than the Joker that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I. It's a little bit off topic, but I hate things that just reference other things, and that's the joke, is that it's a reference. It doesn't go like any deeper than that, really.
Well,
The
we should
first Madagascar
definitely-
film is really bad for that.
Is it?
Yeah, it has a lot of just references for the sake of it.
Oh, I don't remember that. I remember it being solid as shit.
Yeah, no, I watched it not that long ago. Second one's a lot better though. But the game is the best because you can play shuffleboarding. PS2 game, fuck yeah.
Back on Taxi Driver, is there anything else we've missed?
I mean, we haven't even really mentioned Travis's main philosophy and the thing he talks about most in the film, which is that he thinks that like he just drives through the worst parts of the city, and then he's like, "Well, this city fucking sucks."
Yeah, he's the only one that, "Oh, I don't care, I'll drive anyone anywhere," but the city's just so scummy. Wish
Yeah.
a big rain would come and wash away the scum off the streets.
And like the thing is, like the movie shows that because he just drives, like because he does it so often, he actually has quite a lot of money, compared to his like colleagues.
Yeah.
But he just like has nothing else to do, and he doesn't like care about getting like a nicer furniture or anything. So he's just amassing money.
Yeah,
with
no,
no way to spend it. It's not
Yeah,
like
I
he
think
spends it on
it's-
good food either.
I think it's like all of the money and stuff. It's an attempt to fill a void that's just not going to get filled with money.
Yeah.
I've got the job. I own heaps of money. What do I spend it on? And I get a lot of the same vibes with that I do from Fight Club, in that you just buy products and everything that's advertised to you to build the perfect. But Travis
No, that's
doesn't.
definitely not what he does.
Nah, just accumulates money. Man's
Yeah.
rich, but
His
drives a taxi.
TV is sitting on like a cinder block or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah. Should we talk about some other characters in the film?
Yes.
Because
There's,
obviously De Niro kills it as Travis Bickle.
Yes.
Betsy's good.
Yeah, she's basically just a regular woman that Travis goes from thinking, wow, she's the bomb, to fuck, that was like Hiroshima,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
she's
you'll
the
die in
worst.
hell, and wow.
Yeah, just because it's like, damn, I hate it when women won't watch porn with me.
You took it all out of context. Just explain those bits. It sounds really funny, this film. I love
Yeah.
this woman. Damn it, another scumbag that should die in hell because she doesn't want to watch porn with me. Fuck.
I mean, that's essentially what it is, because Travis does not spend a lot of time with her because he drives past the campaign office and he sees her and he's like, whoa, she's fucking gorgeous, and it's like, she's like 7 out of 10. She looks all right. But and then he actually like talks to her, and like I said, their first like date, it's like on a lunch break or whatever. They go to like a small cafe and they just talk for a little bit. It's like, there's at one point, she says, I don't remember exactly what she says, but she says something that she kind of says that he's weird, but not in those words exactly. And
Strangest man I've ever met.
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And he kind of, and that's like, because he's like charismatic, but he's still a bit of a fucking weirdo. With some of the things that he mentions, like he like fixates on her eyes, because I guess he just doesn't really have anything else to talk about, because he doesn't have many hobbies or anything that he can talk about himself with.
Yeah.
And so he invites her out on the second date, and then you see him just like standing outside the campaign office, waiting for her to finish working so that they can go. So that's just all he did that day because he was so looking forward to it. Yeah. And then he absolutely ruins everything by taking her to a porno theater.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, I see couples doing this all the time. And he's just woefully misunderstood the difference.
Yeah. I think she does a great job. I can't remember the actress's name.
Yeah.
But she, as a side character, she services her role really well.
Yeah, she also comes up, like, you see her again in the ending that Blake mentioned earlier. She gets into his taxi and almost kind of gives him another chance, and then he's just like, nah, fuck off her.
Yeah. I think she's done quite well. I mean, she's serviceable. She's what the film needs her to be to move Travis forward or backwards, depending on how you look at it. However, Tom, her co-worker, God, he's just
the best.
No, he's not. If he was the best, he'd be able to light a match with his pinky and his thumb. I imagine someone who hasn't watched this film is listening to us right now.
Yeah, no, that's the scene.
And they'll have no idea what the hell we're on about.
Yeah, no, that's Betsy's co-worker. And they actually seem to have Tom, I'm pretty sure Tom wanted to get with Betsy.
Yeah, they have a mildly flirtatious relationship, but you can tell that...
Betsy doesn't see it as more than a friendship. Yeah. And it's like, damn, F for my guy, Tom.
Unless he can light a match with his thumb and his pinky finger.
Yeah, I bet he went home and practiced all night.
Oh, he did. The sparks were flying. Probably burnt down his apartment in the process.
Yeah, he was like, oh, fuck, I dropped the match.
God.
It's like, yeah, he did it. But then he dropped the match. And he's like, oh, fuck. I have to pick it up using my pinky finger and my thumb now. Before it lights my carpet on fire.
I really like the actor that plays Sport. I think he does.
That is Harvey Keitel.
Okay, because I didn't know his name either. I really
he's in a few Quentin Tarantino films.
Oh, is he?
Quentin Tarantino saw Taxi Driver and liked him in it, so he was asked. Actually, yeah, he ended up. I know he's in Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, which are two Quentin Tarantino films.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Harvey Keitel. He's a pretty cool actor. He's in a lot of A lot of stuff.
I just like the way I don't know. I really buy him as a pimp. Oh, hey
Yeah,
cowboy, are you a cop? You know.
yeah, he's fucking awesome. He kind of looks like Tommy Wiseau, because if I remember correctly, he has like really long hair in the film.
Yeah, he's a bit
Um,
like Tommy Wiseau. Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh no! Oh no! Hey, are you some cowboy or something? Have yourself a good time. Oh no. Oh, hi,
but yeah,
Travis. Okay. Fuck, I'm gonna do the
that
subject
really
somewhere else.
derailed the conversation.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh. Um, let's talk about someone else.
Yeah, alright.
So,
So,
Iris?
that's Harvey Keitel, the person who
Yeah.
owns a child prostitute.
Yeah.
Uh,
We believe Tommy would
despite how
be.
much we laughed about that.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Um,
he is definitely a character in the film that you are not meant to sympathize with.
yeah.
Because he's just disgusting. The things he says to Travis when he's talking about Iris,
Oh,
the
yeah.
character we're about to start
That's
talking
why
about.
when you said Tommy Wiseau, well, then I thought of all those lines.
Yeah.
Oh, God. No. So, the other big player we haven't talked about yet is Iris, played by Jodie Foster.
Yes.
And she does great.
Yes.
For a young prostitute, really well done.
I mean, I've never met a child prostitute, so I can't say
What?
how convincing she is in that respect. But yeah, she's a pretty good she's quite a fun character, despite the obvious.
I guess I meant that, like, as far as child actors go, playing...
Oh yeah, no, she's pretty good. She was, I think,
Yeah.
12,
That's what I'm
maybe
saying,
14.
like, playing a
Yeah.
really heavy role and playing it
Yeah.
well. She did a
It was
fantastic
her
job.
older sister that did the the hot and heavy scenes, though. It wasn't her, the 12-year-old, which is a good thing.
Okay.
um, wouldn't be the first time in Hollywood a 12-year-old has been asked to do questionable things, but that's not what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's good. The relationship that her and Travis have is pretty friendly.
You're saying it like it's suspicious.
Yeah, no. He accepts Harvey Keitel, Mr. Tommy Wiseau's offer to go and meet the prostitute, and he's like, "Oh, fucking hell, that's a child," and like he does not go through with it, which is like
You know,
he's not a paedophile.
I feel somewhat obligated to, like, face swap Tommy Wiseau and have him in a thumbnail.
But he's like, she like starts undoing his belt, and he's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, get off me.
Yeah, I always thought it was weird that, like, the camera waits a couple seconds first.
Yeah.
Like, Travis just sits there and watch her unbuckle his belt first before he throws her onto the couch and says no.
I think you could almost say that he's debating with himself whether or not he's going to be like go through with it after he's there. But then he does the right thing.
Yeah, I don't know. God, I'm so lost on Tommy right now.
Yeah, no, that really derailed the conversation because
Oh my
it
god.
keeps coming into my head too.
I'm trying to just think of. Hang on, I need to get some quotes. So I've also got a bunch of
In
movie news
between
here.
the time, no, I bet in between the time when this was recorded and the time it's uploaded, someone really famous like PewDiePie is gonna make that
Oh
connection.
fuck's sake! I'm gonna have a video on fucking Taxi Driver and.
Yeah, fucking knowing our luck.
Yeah. Nah, that always happens to us. We'll have great ideas and then
Yeah.
they're taken.
But back to Iris. Her and Travis. There's a scene where him and her, go to what looks like it's the same cafe he took Betsy to. It's just like a regular diner. There's
Oh
nothing that
yeah,
special
they
about
do
it.
look similar, don't they?
Um. Uh. But they have a conversation about Iris like leaving the child prostitution ring that she's part of,
Yeah.
and she doesn't really want to. She's like kind of accepted it as her lot in life,
Yeah.
which is
That's just what you do, and
yeah.
it's not
'Cause
great.
I'm pretty sure this scene comes before the one you see her alone with Tommy Wiseau, and he's basically just like fucking brainwashing her.
Yeah. No. Stop. I kind of switched my brain off and Tommy was so again.
Pretty sure Tommy Wiseau was brainwashing you.
Oh god, I don't think I can talk about Taxi Driver anymore. I'm sorry. Do we want to like wrap up on thoughts on it?
I respect the hustle that Travis Bickle's making throughout the film. Not the one that Tommy Wiseau is making. That is not a hustle I respect.
I sure hope not.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is also worth noting that while Travis did shoot those 3 or 4 guys
Yeah.
to save Iris, she's absolutely fucking terrified when he does it.
Oh yeah.
Because she's like actually with one of them when he comes in. Invasion of privacy is far. Like, he could have knocked first at least.
Imagine if he had blown his head off at the end. Like he had one bullet left.
Yeah.
That's an alternate ending.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Because, I mean, think about that from Iris's perspective. It's like, fuck, what do I do now? Literally everyone I know is dead.
Yeah, shit.
But then you find out that she gets taken back to her parents, and that like her parents sent a letter to Travis, and they're like, wow,
Yeah.
her life is epic now,
See,
despite past traumas.
I don't know if I would have rather the film end just there with like the police scene and whatnot, and that you
Yeah.
don't know whether he's alive or he's dead, or it's kind of up to you a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's nice to have a happy ending.
Yeah.
Well, happy, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
All those horrible things are like happened 5 seconds before everyone's like, yeah, it all worked out.
So,
But yeah,
what would you give this film? Rating?
I'd give it 9 out of 10.
8 or
I-
9?
I don't really like giving films ratings out of 10.
Well, this is where you rate films, because you don't do reviews. You do all of the podcasts.
That's true. I mean, if this isn't a 10 out of 10, I don't know what I would call a 10 out of 10. Because if you can't call this a 10 out of 10, then your standards are just so unbelievably high.
Yeah.
That nothing short of The Rise of Skywalker or Last Jedi could
Oh,
possibly meet them.
Fucking hell.
Cinematic masterpieces that they are.
I really want to board with just your quotes. Things like that.
I make a soundboard.
I'd love to do that one day. I'd absolutely love to. Yeah,
So, what were your thoughts on the Rise of Skywalker?
no, stop. It's really
We lost
bad.
all that footage. We have to mention
Okay,
it some.
alright, we'll mention it very briefly. It's very, very bad, the end. See, very briefly.
Yeah.
Don't go out and seek this
No
film.
need. But do go out and see Taxi Driver.
Yes, it is a masterpiece. Review-wise, I'm not going to give my rating away until I review the thing, whenever I have budget. Well,
You
I've
haven't
got
done that
something...
in a while either.
No, I haven't. I've been very busy with life things.
It's funny because, I figured this would be the point in time when a lot of people would have a lot of time. I know I have a lot of time.
Yeah, it's been funny, with the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
But I've got some articles here again to run you through.
Yes, you mentioned You mentioned this about this when you spoke to me last night. Apparently, you found a really good one. I've been itching to find out what it was.
I can't remember which one it was exactly. Okay, so I'll savor that one.
God damn it.
So, with movie theaters, movie-wise, the theaters may still be closed everywhere, but drive-in theaters are open for business again. And
Hell yeah, drive-ins.
And they're making a bit of a comeback because now people can sit in their cars, watch the film. They're actually doing really well. And I just thought that was something great that people should know.
That is awesome.
It is.
I did know about that one.
Yeah, they're breathing new life into the movie-going experience again. They're bringing it back.
I remember also, what movie was it? I think it was Trolls. It came out after cinemas shut down, so it came out like straight to streaming services.
Yeah.
And apparently, it was a massive success. Which started people talking about whether or not we need movie theaters anymore. Because fucking Trolls 2 came out on streaming services, and it was a smash hit apparently. I haven't seen it, so I can't talk about the quality of Trolls 2. Which I would love to.
I'm sure you would.
I'm sure we could have a 4-hour-long podcast talking about the inner meanings and symbolism of the Trolls franchise. Maybe we should do that.
No, we should. You have horrible ideas. One week we're going to do all the Alvin and the Chipmunks films this week, and now we're going to do this, and Trolls, and fucking...
Oh yeah, we do have the entirety of the Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory anthology to review next week.
That's right.
So.
Fucking hell, Young Sheldon. Fuck off.
Are they even still making Young Sheldon?
I don't know.
That would be a travesty if they weren't.
Hang on. Bear with me, guys. Young Sheldon, 3 seasons. 65 episodes.
That's more episodes than there are of Breaking Bad.
Oh, no, don't say things like that, because Breaking Bad feels like a long show. Yeah, it's still going. Oh, fuck. Young Sheldon season 4 to stray from the Big Bang Theory plot, ? Oh, God. No, I'm good. Let's leave
This
that
sounds like something worthy of our attention.
No, it's not. Let's talk about something else. So, with there being a dry out for movies and shows and stuff, 2 big things have hit Netflix, and they've kind of taken the world by storm. We're going to talk about the less exciting one first, and then the more exciting one after. That Extraction came out. If you've heard of Extraction, you might not have. It's with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, my mum said she was going to watch that.
Yeah, that's been the big... It's the only proper new movie release we've got, and it's gone straight to Netflix. And I've heard rumor that he's the new or next John Wick, and I thought, ha, good luck. Uh,
I mean, the John Wick films are fucking epic, and
yeah,
if you haven't watched them and you're watching this podcast, you should watch them. I think they're all on Netflix, even the third one, the newest one.
yeah, I think
Actually,
that's right.
if the third one's on Netflix, I know what I'm going to do after this podcast's over.
Yeah, go watch John Wick. Go watch the trilogy. Or
Yeah.
there's gonna be more.
Um.
Um, yeah, I wondered if you'd seen the film, what you'd heard about it. I heard it's good.
Uh, you've seen it?
I haven't. I've just heard it's really good.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. My mum said it was good, but I don't think she has a critical mind for any films that have Chris Hemsworth in them. She just, by default, likes them.
Ah, yeah, fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that's an unfair opinion.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I
So,
don't think she'd be have an interesting discussion about the themes of the film,
yeah.
because she probably doesn't know them either.
Yeah. So Extraction, yeah, I heard it's alright. Give it a watch if you're bored in quarantine. Even though we both haven't seen it.
Yeah,
um,
it's just like,
so
apparently other people have said that you should say it. So
yeah, from credible sources. And it's not a masterpiece. It's just a, like John Wick. It's just kind of an entertaining
Good.
time.
yeah,
But now I want to talk about the bigger storm that has hit Netflix, and that is Tiger King. I feel like we have to talk about this because it's...
I haven't seen it.
You
I don't
haven't
know what it's
seen it?
about.
Wow, it's dominated the platform. Holy shit.
I know. I can't stop hearing about this guy and like Carol,
Joe Exotic
Carol
and Carol
Baskin.
Baskin. So,
and apparently she like killed her husband or something. It's like, wow, this seems like a pretty wild show.
so
Is it like-
I wasn't even inclined to really watch this show, even though I heard how big it was, but I had my brother con me into watching it.
Is it
And,
like a documentary about a guy who hangs out with tigers,
So-
or is it like an actual show with characters and stuff?
There's an actual bloke called Joe Exotic. He changed his name to Joe Exotic. And he held his own TV show and like podcasts and stuff he'd kind of do over YouTube. And he hired a producer to basically film everything that was going on. So there were cameras on all the time. And eventually these two owners, well, there's like multiple owners of just zoos that have just tigers and lions or whatever, got very competitive, and then some like murder for hire shit was happening, and like some, there's a scene on Joe Exotic's podcast, or
Are you
not
saying that the
podcast.
zoos were calling hits on each other?
Yes, they were. It got to a very, Joe Exotic believed that. So what? I'm very briefly going to explain, because this isn't spoiling it. These are just events that have already occurred on the news, and but Carol Baskin's husband, they believed he was about to leave her and divorce her, and all the money that funded her cats, because she's a crazy cat lady, that was all his money. And just before he was about to divorce, like a week away, he disappeared off the face of the planet with no trace. No one knows what happened to him. They still don't. And Joe Exotic, that crazy gun-toting gay man who owns a tiger zoo, claims that she fed her husband to the tigers, and he fully believes that. And so he once had a blow-up doll of Carol Baskin and like put a dildo in its mouth and shot it in the head, and like he's full on, this guy. He's gay. He's had 2 husbands. And it's unreal, this show. It took me a little bit to get into the swing of everything that was happening. There's multiple other owners. There's all sorts of stuff in it, but that was kind of the basis for things were going to start to escalate. There's
Yeah, it sounds pretty full on.
Joe Exotic. I love this guy, man. He's so funny. He's like, oh, you know what would be funny? If we just put a bunch of snakes in Carol Baskin's mailbox. So he did it.
He really fucking hates this woman.
Oh, he hates her with a passion. He fucking hates her. And I'm not a big fan of Carol Baskin either. I'm a Joe Exotic guy. He's just a unit. This guy's full on, like, bright blonde mullet, dark mustache.
So what do you rate this show? The Tiger King out of 10.
I don't know, because it's very much, because everything was filmed, they were able to kind of make a documentary series out of it. So no one's playing characters, it's all the real people.
So what do you rate reality out of 10?
Well, reality's an astounding low. But Tiger King is a very
Is that the
eccentric...
lowest on this channel so far?
Oh, quite possibly. But Tiger King, it's I don't know. Because I don't think I'm going to get a chance to review it. I didn't even think about that. But because it's, it's a documentary, it's very hard to just grade.
How entertaining was it, though?
It was very entertaining. It took a little bit sometimes. Sometimes there were other things that just weren't that interesting. But it was when Joe Exotic was just in his prime doing dumb shit. He made music. He made country songs about Carol killing her husband and feeding him to tigers. They're on YouTube. Yeah. They blew up. Oh, we should watch a song. We should watch one. That's what we'll do. No. Which one is it?
Huh.
Oh,
apparently Big Bang Theory actually ended.
Yeah, it did.
I didn't know that. I assumed they were still milking that cash cow.
No,
now it's young Sheldon.
No, it ended with Sheldon winning a prize. I'm not sure if it was what's the Nobel Prize or some shit like that, and Penny was crying in the crowd, and it was very, I don't know, something like that.
Very emotional.
Yeah, and Sheldon finally accepted that he's been a fuckhead to his friends for years, and that he's so thankful that everyone put up with him.
Yeah, he's a real dick. Yeah. All of them are fucking assholes to each other.
Yeah, maybe I should. I'll leave the Joe Exotic song behind. You can see it in the show yourself.
Yeah.
It's worth a watch. It is worth a watch. It's entertaining, especially during quarantine. It's only 7 episodes. They added an 8th one recently, but it's some guy who watched the show himself in quarantine bored and basically video calls everyone to see how they are and what they're doing now.
Fuck no.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a nobody. He's an actor. I can't remember his name.
It's Tommy Wiseau.
So, Tiger King, how's your sex life?
I want to know. I want to know that.
So, I don't know if you knew this was even happening, but Illumination, the guys behind Despicable Me and crap, they've been making a Mario movie. And
I heard.
There is news that the movie is still making good progress despite the current lockdowns.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's
I can't wait to see Goombas as minions.
I tell you what, if they're minions and Mario jumps on them, I'll be alright with this film.
Actually, yeah, considering Mario fucking murders those ones.
Yeah, so apparently
that might not be too bad.
The film's supposed to come out 2022. But the last time we heard about it was back in January when apparently we had production was moving smoothly. But apparently it's still going on, like hardcore making this film. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, the first Super Mario Brothers film wasn't exactly stellar.
I thought it was alright.
I really hope you're joking. I really hope you're joking.
I'd say it's like a 9 or a 10.
Okay, alright, you are joking. I definitely think it's gonna help to have Mario not be live action. And I reckon Mario's got the ability to, do better than Sonic.
Bowser as a T-Rex was an odd or poor decision?
I would think the Goombas being the opposite of short, stubby guys, really tall guys with small head lizard brains and
I,
tuxedos was a bad
I
idea.
think that was a good creative decision.
I don't know if I entirely agree with that. Now, here's the article I was talking about last night. So I heard a rumor of this idea, and now apparently they're pushing for it. Tom Cruise to star in movie shot on International Space Station. NASA confirms. Tom
Cruise was shot?
No, he's gonna go to space to film his
Fucking
next film. He's like legit. NASA has confirmed that he is going. Because Tom Cruise has got to go to space. He can do it all, man. This guy's unstoppable. I love him. Oh, I just thought that was hilarious. Tom Cruise to star in a movie shot on International Space Station. NASA confirms. Jim Bridenstine, he works with NASA. He tweeted that NASA is excited to work with Tom Cruise on a film aboard the space station. We need popular media to inspire a new generation of engineers to make NASA's ambitious plans a reality. This is insane. Hold on.
Fucking, what kind of film? Fucking Alien.
Yeah, hopefully it's not like Alien at all. Jesus Christ.
That's a good film too.
Yeah, Cruise will be working with Tesla and SpaceX entrepreneur Elon Musk to make what would be the first feature film to be shot in space. Oh God, I love Tom Cruise. I love him so much. Now, usually at this point, we would wrap up the podcast. But this week, we bring back the stupid movie of the week.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
You said you had a trailer ready.
I have a trailer. Where is it? And I'll watch it with you, and you get to watch it with us, guys. Because I don't care if we get claimed for this one. We probably won't. That's what I'm betting on. And we'll just see.
Oh yeah, what do you think of, just for everyone in the podcast, what do you think of Killer Bean 2 being announced?
Yeah, I suppose we'll talk about Killer Bean. So, a long time ago, we watched Killer Bean together, and that was going to be something that everyone could see and enjoy. It was just so bad. Horrendously bad.
The opening action scene was pretty cool, but then the film was just not very interesting at all.
No, it was horrendous. So, I'm not excited about a sequel at all.
But we're gonna have to.
No, we don't have to do anything. Don't let them know, because they'll make me do it. Alright. Let me know when you are ready to watch P-51 Dragon Fighter.
Alright, I'm ready.
You ready? Alright.
I'm ready for the best 1 minute and 53 seconds of my damn life.
Alright, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Ground controls report some kind of enemy engagement with the 1st Armored Division.
We need that air support over to our location.
Fucking hell. What was that shark movie we were gonna
like
talk about?
Some sort of flying creature.
Hang on.
They have the Iron Cross tattooed on their wings. Fire squadron is down.
What in the hell?
Ground radar reporting no planes up here.
You want to clue me in on what the hell I just saw?
You think these things are alive? We're assembling a team. Your job is to train them. We want you to find a way to kill them.
Army led by you, with the addition of my Dragon Corps, will be unstoppable.
Get your flight suits on! Get up in the air! Fly well!
Ready, look.
Fucking hell.
We can find out just exactly where they're being deployed from. We might just be able to take them out on the ground.
Damn, Top Gun 2 looks pretty good.
They shoot the dragons explode!
Get them away from our bomber!
Fucking hell.
Oh yeah! P-51 Dragon Fighter. Oh my god. Ah.
We'll be honest, I'm still kind of upset we haven't watched Hobo with a Shotgun yet.
Maybe we could do a special where we talk about every one of these stupid movies we come across.
Yeah.
So it's World War II, and the Nazis turn up the heat by giving us dragon Nazis, and the dragons have Nazi swastikas on them, and I like this movie. I think it's new Skyrim DLC.
But yeah.
I just wanted to know briefly before I go, what your thoughts on P-51 Dragon Fighter are.
I think it looked pretty good.
Is there anything that really stuck out in mind?
There were a lot of planes and a lot of dragons and a lot of shooting dragons in planes.
I know,
Which
it's
is
just phenomenal. I think we could have a contender for a film better than Taxi Driver here.
I'll be honest, I couldn't even tell if they were just looping the same footage of the same dragons
they did a
dying,
bit.
because it all looked the same.
I love it because, like, you've got a movie which is, say, like an hour and a half, and you can't show 2 minutes without looping footage. It's brilliant.
Yeah. But what was that film about the flying sharks that you sent me a few weeks ago?
We could talk about that next week, can't we?
We absolutely should.
Alright, thanks everybody again for watching and or listening, depending on how you're listening. And we will see you hopefully in not another month. Hopefully soon.
Someday a real rain will come and wash all this cum off my sheets.
Oh my god.